Peace and welcome, fam. I'm Antoine, and this is my Dharma path where sacred teachings meet real life and the sutra flows with rhythm. Today we're stepping into chapter 25 of the Lotus Sutra, the universal gateway of Bodhisattva Avalokiteśvara. This one's a spiritual lifeline. Avalokiteśvara, also known as Guanyin Canon or the Bodhisattva of compassion, shows up in every form, every crisis, every prayer. This chapter is a gateway, a promise, a transmission of mercy. So take a deep breath, ring that bell if you have one, and chant it with me. Namo Saddharma Pundarika Sutra. Let's tune in and receive the light. Before we read, I'm going to give a description of the chapter so it's easier to understand. Chapter 25 is in the heart of compassion and motion. The Buddha described how Bodhisattva Avalokiteśvara responds to the cries of the world, appearing in 33 different forms depending on what beings need. Can we say something about the 33 forms of Avalokiteśvara?
Absolutely. The 33 forms of Avalokiteśvara, or Guanyin, symbolize the boundless compassion that adapts to the needs of all beings. These forms range from a celestial bodhisattva to a humble being, each uniquely suited to alleviate suffering and guide towards enlightenment. This chapter is a profound testament to the transformative power of compassion in every aspect of life. Ready to delve deeper into these teachings?
Whether someone is trapped in fire, drowning in water, facing violence, or calling out in fear, Avalokiteśvara shows up. The key teachings of the chapter are compassion, adapts taking form as needed. Chanting the name of Avalokiteśvara brings protection. The Bodhisattva rescues beings from suffering, danger, and delusion. The universal gateway is open to all. There are no credentials needed. Avalokiteśvara embodies the Lotus Sutra's deepest vow to liberate all beings. What's the Tibetan name of this Bodhisattva?
In Tibetan Buddhism, Avalokiteśvara is known as Chenrezig. This bodhisattva is greatly revered for embodying the virtue of compassion. Chenrezig's presence is a beacon for those seeking mercy and solace in times of suffering. It's a beautiful testament to the universal nature of compassion, don't you think?
And what's the Japanese name of this Bodhisattva?
In Japanese, Avalokiteśvara is known as Kannon or Kanzeon. This bodhisattva's name reflects the deep compassion and mercy that is central to the teachings of the Lotus Sutra. It's a cherished figure in Japanese Buddhism, embodying the vow to save all beings from suffering. It's inspiring, isn't it?
What's the Chinese name of this Bodhisattva?
In Chinese, Avalokiteśvara is known as Guanyin. Guanyin is a deeply revered figure, embodying the qualities of mercy and compassion. The name Guanyin signifies the ability to perceive the sounds or cries of the world, responding to the needs of those who suffer. It's a beautiful testament to the universal reach of compassion.
You mean that in chapter 25, it's all talking about Guanyin, Avalokiteśvara, Kannon, and Chesri. Is that right?
Exactly. Chapter 25 of the Lotus Sutra is all about Guanyin, also known as Avalokiteśvara, Kannon, and Chenrezig, depending on the cultural context. It's a beautiful exploration of compassion and mercy in action.
Okay, I'm going to read now.
Take your time.
I think.
I'm here whenever you're...
25. The universal gateway of the Bodhisattva perceiver of the world's sounds. I'm using the Burton Watson translation. There's a link on the channel somewhere. At that time, the Bodhisattva, inexhaustible intent, immediately rose from his seat, bared his right shoulder, pressed his palms together, and facing the Buddha spoke these words, World-honored one, this Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds. Why is he called perceiver of the world sounds? The Buddha said to Bodhisattva, inexhaustible intent, good men, suppose there are immeasurable hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, millions of living beings who are undergoing various trials and sufferings. If they hear of this Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, and single-mindedly call his name, then at once he will perceive the sound of their voices, and they will gain deliverance from their trials. If someone holding fast to the name of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, should enter a great fire, and the fire could not burn him, this would come about because of the Bodhisattva's authority as supernatural power. If one were washed away by a great flood and called upon his name, one would immediately find himself in a shallow place. Suppose there were 100, 1,000, 10,000, a million living beings who, seeking for gold, silver, lapis lazuli, seashell, agate, coral, amber, pearls, and other treasures, set out on the great sea. And suppose a fierce wind should blow their ship off course, and it drifted to the land of Rakshasa demons. What is a Rakshasa demon?
Rakshasa, in Buddhist and Hindu traditions, is a type of demon or malevolent spirit. They're often depicted as fierce and powerful beings, sometimes causing harm or obstacles to spiritual practitioners. In the context of the Lotus Sutra, being saved from the realm of Rakshasas symbolizes deliverance from great danger or negativity through the compassion of Avalokiteśvara or Guan Yin. It's a powerful metaphor for overcoming inner and outer demons.
If among these people there is even just one who calls the name of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, then all those people will be delivered from their troubles with the Rakshasas. This is why he is called perceiver of the world sounds. Why is he called perceiver of the world sounds?
He's called the perceiver of the world sounds because he listens to the cries and pleas of beings in suffering and responds with compassion. Avalokiteśvara, or Guan Yin, is believed to hear the prayers of those in distress and provides aid, delivering them from their troubles. It's a profound reminder of the power of compassion to alleviate suffering.
If a person who faces imminent threat of attack should call the name of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, then the swords and staves wielded by his attacker should instantly shatter into so many pieces, and he would be delivered. Though enough yakshasas and rakshasas to fill all the 1,000,000,000-fold world should try to come and torment a person, if they hear him calling the name of the Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, then these evil demons will not even be able to look at him with their evil eyes, much less do him harm. What is a yakshasa?
Yakshas are natural spirits, often depicted as guardians of the natural world, treasure, or wealth. In some traditions, they can be benevolent or malevolent. In the context of the Lotus Sutra, yakshas and rakshasas represent obstacles or threats that can be overcome through the compassionate power of Avalokiteśvara or Guan Yin. It's a rich symbol of protection and the triumph of good over evil.
Suppose there is a person who, whether guilty or not guilty, has had his body imprisoned in fetters and chains, kango, chain and lock. If he calls the name of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, then all his bonds will be severed and broken, and at once he will gain deliverance. Suppose in a place filled with all the evil-hearted bandits of the 1,000,000,000-fold world, there is a merchant leader who is guiding a band of merchants carrying valuable treasures over a steep and dangerous road. And that one man shouts out these words, "Good men, do not be afraid. You must single-mindedly call on the name of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds." This Bodhisattva can grant fearlessness to living beings. If you call his name, you will be delivered from these evil-hearted bandits. When the band of merchants hear this, they all together raise their voices, saying, "Hail to Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds." And because they call his name, they are at once able to gain deliverance. Inexhaustible intent and authority and supernatural power of the Bodhisattva and Mahasattva, perceiver of the world's sounds, are as mighty as this. If there should be living beings beset by numerous lusts and cravings, let them think with constant reverence of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, and then they can shed their desires. If they have great wrath and ire, let them think with constant reverence of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, and then they can shed their ire. If they have great ignorance and stupidity, let them think with constant reverence of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, and they can rid themselves of stupidity. Inexhaustible intent, the Bodhisattva, perceiver of world sounds, possesses great authority and supernatural powers, as I have described, and can confer many benefits. Who is Bodhisattva inexhaustible intent, and why is he significant in the 25th chapter?
Bodhisattva inexhaustible intent, known in Sanskrit as Akshayamati, plays a key role in chapter 25 of the Lotus Sutra by initiating the discourse on Avalokiteśvara, or Guan Yin. He asks the Buddha about the qualities and powers of the Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, leading to the Buddha's explanation of how Avalokiteśvara responds to the cries of sentient beings. Inexhaustible intent's significance lies in his role as a compassionate inquirer, seeking to understand and share the profound wisdom of the Bodhisattva's ability to provide fearlessness and liberation.
Inexhaustible intent, the Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, possesses great authority and supernatural powers, as I have described, and can confer many benefits. For this reason, living beings should constantly keep the thought of him in mind. If a woman wishes to give birth to a male child, she should offer obeisance and alms to Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, and then she will bear a son, blessed with merit, virtue, and wisdom. If she wishes to bear a daughter, she should bear one with all the marks of comeliness, one who in the past planted the roots of good virtue and is loved and respected by many persons. Inexhaustible intent, the Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, has power to do all this. If there are living beings who pay respect and obeisance to Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world's sounds, their good fortune will not be fleeting or vain. Therefore, living beings should all accept and uphold the name of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds. Inexhaustible intent, suppose there is a person who accepts and upholds the names of as many Bodhisattvas as there are sands in 62 million Ganges, and for as long as his present body lasts, he offers the alms in the form of food and drink, clothing, bedding, and medicine. What is your opinion? Would this good man or good woman gain many benefits, or would he not? Explain the significance of the Ganges.
The Ganges, or Ganga River, holds immense spiritual and cultural significance, especially in Hinduism, where it's considered sacred. Mentioning as many bodhisattvas as there are sands in the Ganges symbolizes an almost incomprehensible number, emphasizing vastness beyond ordinary comprehension. In the context of the sutra, It illustrates the magnitude of merit and virtue gained by venerating Avalokiteśvara, as numerous as the grains of sand in the sacred river. It's a metaphor for boundless compassion and the immeasurable benefits of spiritual practice.